Hello, Samir.
Yep.
Please give an introduction about yourself.
Hello, hello, Rockness. Yeah, I'm a 17-year-old guy from Romania. I'm my name is Samir, and yeah, actually, I'm originally Romanian. I'm uh,
Mhm.
I'm living in a small town in this country, a really unknown town, I can say. And yeah, my story is kind of unique if you take your time and analyze it. But everything was very good since I've discovered the real world. I started making money, my fitness went well, my mother was way happier because it was a rough and a very bad time for her a few months ago. But I managed to help her in uh, in some ways. So basically, everything started like about 2 years ago, let's say, when I was just 15, and the only thing I did every single day was just ride the BMX with a few friends of mine. That was everything I was doing every single day. And at some point, my friends became drug addicts, and I don't know, since I was a little kid I was always the different one. I didn't have many friends. I was always bullied because I was the different one. And when all my friends became drug addicts, I went like, bro, I can't be like them.
Mhm.
It's not something I want to do in my life. So I just went home someday and never came back with my BMX, never talked to them again. And the first thing I got into, because it was very popular at that time, was crypto, course. And yeah, I lost some money. Months went by. I was just learning. And since January this year, I discovered the real world. Actually, uh, yeah, Hustlers University, the real world, same thing. And yeah, I just started making money because I had some knowledge in mostly every area. I'm a professional copywriter, as I like to believe, but I also did video editing, website building, everything that stands by the online. I really tried many things, drop shipping, of course, like 4 times, and every time I failed because I didn't have money. And yeah, I discovered copywriting. I started making some money, outreaching, networking with people from Romania. Actually, with one millionaires from Romania, I meet him up at some meeting in Bucharest. I went on a 30 hours drive to go there. And yeah, basically I just wanted to be different. And I since I discovered Andrew Tate, I really wanted to be that man. Like crypto, okay, you can be a crypto dork, like they're calling,
Mhm.
but I just wanted to be the man and have the fitness right, have money, everything.
All right.
So
Okay.
basically I just helped my mom, not that much, but I can afford my own expenses and my own needs, and that's just enough for her. I'm making around $5,000 to $6,000 since I've joined. I have some up and downs, of course, because I have to help her. She and my father has a restaurant, and the summer was really bad, and I had to work every single day that summer in vacation, of course, from school. And yeah, that was a bit of a gap between my success and the man I was before. But yeah, in total, I made over $6,000.
All right.
And of
Congratulations
course,
on that.
it's a good amount. Yeah, it's a good amount because in Romania, the average salary, the average paycheck is around $600. Let's say 800 without taxes. And
Hmm.
yeah, I just find that incredible. It's really
And was
easy
that
if you
through
actually put in the
copywriting that you
work.
made it?
Yeah, mostly copywriting. I mean, around $1,000 to $2,000 were made with video editing and website building, but marketing and everything, which consists in copywriting, yeah, was around $4,000
Hmm.
at least.
Good. And when you say website building, video editing, copywriting, which of those did you have knowledge of prior to joining the real world and experience with? And then which did you learn as you went through the real world?
Well, of course, I learned copywriting in the real world. It was the best for me at that time because I had no money, and you can do copywriting with $0. Maybe that's why is the most popular campus inside the real world. And via copywriting, I was able to do video editing because I made shorts. I made many things that requires marketing and copywriting in some way, and also web design because a website is meant to sell. So if you don't know what to write in a website, it's not going to be a great website.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, I think the real world with copywriting contributed a lot, and mostly in
Okay.
everything.
I'm guessing to client outreach as well. It helped, right? Actually finding
Yeah,
clients,
yeah,
landing
of course,
clients.
of
What was
course.
the process there for
Yeah,
getting your clients?
I'm sorry.
What was the process for getting your clients?
Well, I learned to outreach inside the real world, of course, through the courses of our professor, the millionaire professor, and I was outreaching like 50 to 60 people a day at least on email. And I first started out in Romania. The first client I signed, it was from a real estate agency, and I had to find him agents, like people who want to become agents, because he had a course on how to become an actual real estate agent. And that was my first ever client. I was paid like $200 per month. Of course, it's a small price, but I was working 10 minutes every 2 days. So 10 minutes every 2 days and gaining $200, it's very little. And that's because I was in my very beginnings. Because afterwards I worked in bigger projects and I made bigger things and I earned bigger money.
So do explain that. How it was like scaling for you to bigger clients.
Well, of course, the first client helped me a lot with my portfolio and to show my work because it's not easy to sign clients without having proof of work. And afterwards, it was really simple because I just got into other types of services like Facebook ads, Google ads, AI automation, and everything other. And of course, those are services that are gonna be much more big in value, and it's certainly going to get you more money. So that's how I scaled actually. And this week, I started to create actually my own agency, my own marketing agency. I already have people in. We are already outreaching and contacting people. And yeah, of course, it's a really great way to scale up again
Hmm.
because if I have like 5 people doing the work for me, I can gather 5 times more clients,
Right.
more money.
Right. How did you learn to build the agency? Was that something taught within the real world, or did you do it yourself? And how did you find people to work for you as well?
Well, networking is really great in the real world, I can say. I have some friends from there, and some of them are working with me inside the agency. We are the CEOs. And yeah, basically, I find the guys on other platforms. I didn't really use other courses. I just went and searched for where I can find media buyers or people to work for me, and I discovered Upwork or Fiverr or stuff like that. And I just started to get people from there. There are really low prices and easy to scale up with them. And yeah, if you really want and if you really can, you can use and leverage the real world members a lot.
Hmm. Fair enough. Okay.
You
Uh,
can make friends.
let's
Uh,
do more into the community aspect then. Why has the community been like? You say you actually started an agency with some people. So how did you get close enough with them in order to trust in them to start an agency with?
Yeah, well, the first guy I met is from Poland, and he's a really like-minded guy for me. And I had like 1 or 2 months inside the real world. I knew how the drill is, what the drill is, and how things are going. And he was just in the general chat in copywriting and asked general questions like how do I start, where do I find the courses, and everything. And I just told him. He said that I'm a great guy, and he is really thankful for what I did for him. And then we went just into DM and worked together since then. I helped him with some of things, and now he's almost at my level.
Yes, okay. Very solid. All right. And we didn't cover this at the start, but how did you actually find out about the real world?
Well, 2 years ago when I started to look into this area of business and I discovered crypto, Andrew wasn't that popular. But as soon as he became popular, of course, I was one of those childs or teenagers who stayed 2 to 3 hours a day on TikTok. And I think anyone who stays 2 to 3 hours a day on TikTok a year ago knew about Andrew. And because I knew want to be the different one, and I've seen Andrew Tate to be the different one. Well, he's a guy I should listen to. And yeah, I discovered him after endlessly scrolling on TikTok. Afterwards, of course, I quit TikTok.
Right.
Quit TikTok is not good for you. And yeah, I got into the real world uh, because of him. And I remember I was at the gym watching his courses, Iron Mind, everything he has out there, and he really helped me a lot along with the real world. It's a really great community, a really great, uh, let's call it university at the end
Mhm.
of the day.
Good
And
point.
yeah, with millionaire professors actually. And you can ask them everything. They will reply to you. They will help you. The the people inside there are like-minded, and yeah, it's really different to a normal school. Like in Romania, school is really bad. You are not taught anything that's good for you,
Mhm.
only things that are going to fill up your mind. And in I think their plan is that when you go home you have so much homework and so much non-important information in your head that you can't do anything else that's good for you, I guess.
Mhm.
So yeah, since I actually joined the real world, school wasn't that great for me, and I started gaining some bad grades because yeah, like any child, I have some parents who are really tight with school. They wanted me to be in school, to have good grades, everything, and I knew it wasn't for me. I knew it's really easy to actually see that school is not going to help you. I mean, especially high school, where I'm in right now.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just forgot about it.
Mhm. Okay, fair enough. And it seems there's quite a lot of people actually dropping out after going through the real world because they see just how irrelevant and useless school will be. Unless, of course, you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, like those kind of degrees. Sure, you need to go for university for. But everything else, you
Yeah,
really
of
do
course.
not need
I agree.
university
I
at all.
agree.
So, okay. I would like to know, as much as you remember, from when you first joined the real world until now, if we were to go month by month, what was your progress like in terms of learning copywriting or any of the other lessons you learned, landing clients? How long into being in the real world did you land them? And what else do we have? Basically, everything around that, just month to month, again, as much as you remember.
Well, first of all, I have to remember how many months I have in the real world so I can set it up. It's around 5 to 6 months, actually. And in the first month, it was basically learning because, as I said before, I was also working with my parents in their restaurant because I had to help them. Otherwise, they will go bankrupt and we will all go on the streets. And yeah, I wasn't progressing that good. In the first month, there was only learning and practicing, sending my copy into review for other students in there or the professors and everything. And from the second month, if I remember right, I signed that client in the very beginning of the second month. And then until month 3 or 4, I was already making around $3,000.
Hmm. Within second month, you said 2 to 3 months.
No, yeah, until the third month, I was already making at least $3,000.
Super solid. So you just went
Yeah, and
very hard into it. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and it also helped me on the fitness part because if you have people who are wanting to become millionaires, of course you're going to have people who are going to the gym, and the real world has a really big and really good campus with fitness, and it really helped me a lot. I got my fitness in place, I got everything, so it was a very very good chart for me in terms of success since I've joined, not only in the terms of money and freedom, if I can call it that way, but also being in shape. I was a skinny fat dude. Now I'm good. I'm looking really great, and it helped me a lot in every single area you can mention that a man has to be the best. The real world helped me,
Mhm.
and Andrew Tate, of course.
Okay. And where do you see your life heading then? In the short term, medium term, and the long term?
I'm sorry,
Where do you see your
there are
life
some
heading? What
interruptions.
plans do you have for future in the short term, medium term, and long term?
Right. Let's take the short term. Of course, the short term is to build a successful agency and grow to at least $10,000 per month in profit for every single member in there, like the me and two other guys. And yeah, basically that's the short term. The medium term is just to go to 100K, $2,000, uh, $200,000, and long term, I don't know, investments and everything that means freedom. I mean, I think everyone who joined the real world has a lifestyle in their mind linked to Andrew Tate's lifestyle, so basically almost like his. To be able to buy whatever I want whenever I want, to be able to support my mom with any amount of money she has that she needs, and my girlfriend have many kids, stuff like that. That's the long term.
Mhm. Right. All right. It seems you have your life very solidly laid out, and you know the direction you're heading. So it seems to be on good progress. Very good to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
And what would you say then was the biggest challenge you faced when you actually were implementing lessons from the real world?
Wow, that's a really great question. The hardest challenge, I think, um, it was at the very beginning, because um, even though I was in the space of business and I was learning, and I just got into the real world, I wanted to learn, I wanted to work as much as possible. It was really hard with discipline. I think discipline is really really hard to actually take that and learn that, because it's somehow a skill, if I can mention it that way. And yeah, basically installing discipline in my mind, that was the biggest challenge I had. But as Andrew Tate said, if you can control your mind, everything is very very easy and becomes effortlessly. So in about 1 to 2 months I installed that in my mind, and since then it's only work.
Mhm.
So it's hard to not get distracted. It's hard to not go on the hub. It's hard to, I don't know, not go on TikTok, not waste your time, not going outside and spending time with your loser friends, because it's entertainment and it's dopamine. And of course, it's not that easy. But once you can control your mind and you're actually thinking, all right, this doesn't have a good outcome. Why would I do it? It comes a bit easier. And as you go through the journey, you're going to find out that if you did that 2 months ago, you would be up there, not just here. And you just wasted 2 months. So
All right.
yeah, I wasted a few months. Of course, I stopped talking to my drug addict friends, but yeah, I did some things that were wasting my time actually.
Mhm. But
But
again,
after
you're
I joined the real
17,
world and I
so
actually,
you're doing very well for yourself
yeah,
at 17,
yeah.
relatively. Okay.
Yeah, but I can say that I started earning money at 16 because I turned 17 the last month. So since
Oh,
January
all right.
I was 16 that month.
Mhm.
So
Well,
yeah,
there you go. So even earning that much at 16, again, you're doing very well for yourself with a
yeah.
very solid mindset. So definitely good future ahead, which is great to hear. And I guess to wrap up then, for people who are unsure about joining the real world because they're thinking it could be a scam for the $50, what advice would you have to them?
Well, Enrique said it really well. If a millionaire with your dream lifestyle is saying to you that he's going to teach you how to make money in order to be able to afford that lifestyle, and he's only going to ask $50 for it, you're not going to even try to give those $50? You're not even going to try. What you're gonna do with those $50? Buy cigarettes and snacks and watch a movie in the weekends and beer and alcohol? Of course, it's better to just try. And even if it was a scam, it is not a big loss, but it isn't. And I find incredible how much information there is inside the real world for $50. And even just the copywriting campus, if you were to take it, it's worth over $5,000, I think.
Hmm.
But you have crypto, you have fitness, you have stocks, you have e-commerce, you have freelancing, everything, business mastery. You have many things that are inside there, and it's actually really, really worth. I really genuinely don't think that there is any other offer right there for $50 that is better than the real world. And as I said before, it's not only the courses, because courses can be stolen and sent to a friend of a friend of a friend, but it's the community you have in and the people who are there. And if you feel lost, if you feel bad, if you feel like I don't know, you're going down the path, you can just write a message and everything will help. Everyone will help you
Hmm.
and be on your side and tell you, all right, you shouldn't do this, you should do that, and yeah, just take the action. It's going to be better for yourself.
All right. Very well said, Samir. And as well,
Yeah,
not just courses and community, but then live, basically every day, professors doing live calls or AMAs with the students as well. And so live
yeah,
interaction,
yep,
even that. There's just so many things that go into it. So fair
yep,
enough.
that's
All
right.
right, let's do a follow up in 3 to 4 months. Let's see how you're progressing, how much more income you've made, how much you've changed as a person in that time. Because since you're working on yourself and you're heading in a very solid direction, I'm sure you'll have some very good updates then. And
Yep.
for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
I'm sorry.
For people who
There's
want
some
to find
interruptions.
out more about you
Yeah.
or contact you, where can they do so?
Well, they can do it on my Instagram, of course, samir.deak. And on X, I have an X account which I'm growing right now. It's is the same, but it's inversed at deak.samir. And no, underline Samir. Yeah, deak underline Samir. And yeah, they can contact me there if they need some help, if they need another review on the real world, if they need some help, some, I don't know, if they feel lost, anything, they can contact me there. I can help them out because I'm from the real world and I know how it is to be helped actually from other members who are actually growing and going to the point where you want to be. And yeah, basically that's where they can actually contact me. I'm really active on my Instagram and also on my X account, so I'm ready for all of you there.
Yeah. I will add those to the description of the video so anyone who's interested can check that. And yeah, Samir, thank you for
Yep.
sharing your story and insights and look forward to the next one.
Thanks a lot, Rokas.
All the best.
Yep.